So let's talk about this. Cutting ties with people who consistently hurt you isn't enough. You must also cut ties with a version of you who allowed that to continue for as long as you did. A lot of us like to fall into this pattern where we take on the blame for our abusers or whomever have crossed us, our boundaries, our level of respect, the point where love exits the relationship. And this, by all means, is unacceptable. This is how we stay in these patterns that keep allowing people like that to be brought closer to us or attracted to us, and we're wondering why. Well, because when you let one mouse in or one roach in, you are sure to get an infestation. And what I don't understand about us as beings is how we fail to realize that most of what we allow comes from what we were taught to accept as children. Just because our parents talked to us a certain way, just because we were neglected or abused or any of those things that as we grow and learn were wrong, why do we keep permitting wrong and adverse energies into our space? And I'll tell you why. It's because after a certain point of dealing with these energies, our minds and our bodies start to program that as the default state. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong for this happening to you, but you are wrong for believing that it's normal. And just because it feels comfortable doesn't mean it's right. I'll give this as a personal example that I've dealt with. Growing up, my father, he lived in Germany. We were here in the States, and he had this thing where he would come and go and come and go. And for me, as I got older, I thought that was okay to relate to men in that way, where I would be with them and then we would break up and then we'd come back together. And no, by all means, that's not acceptable. It's not acceptable to have relationships like that. And as an adult, it is our role and responsibility to nurture the inner child that is still within us. I even shared this with my husband because he was wondering, like, babe, like, where does the source of your anger come from? And I from the age of 8 until I was about 19, I don't know why I never got angry at the way people regarded me, disrespected me in front of my parents, and they did nothing. These people let me down in so many ways. But once I became a mother at 21, I was like, nope. I got angry. All that anger that I didn't feel or possibly suppressed came out. And I'm an Aries. And the rage that I began to express over the next 9 to 10 years, no, it wasn't acceptable. And like I said, just because it felt comfortable at a time for me, as I got older, I'm realizing, hey, this is not me. This is not who I am. I'm not an angry person. I'm not a violent person. And yes, I had to take on those energies to protect myself and function in this world as an adult and, protect my child. That's not an excuse. We have to stop defending the energies that we have to take on and protect our inner child and perhaps our own children, and become more responsible and accountable for our healing. So I hope that helped you guys. Blessings and bliss.